Well, United States is one of the worst impacted countries of the world when it comes to the COVID crisis. We know that over 28,000 people have died in the country because of COVID, and over 6 lakh people are infected because of COVID in the country. With me is the Indian envoy to United States to talk about the crisis in the country. Sir, welcome to WION. My first question to you is, sir, how are you reaching out to the Indian students in United States, because we are getting reports about how they are concerned about the crisis, especially when it comes to visa issues, because their visas are also expiring?
A total of 200,000 Indian students in United States, and when this health emergency struck, we immediately got in touch with them through the traditional means of our website, emails, through the social media, but we also created a unique platform, a student peer support line, through which we got in touch with the different associations and bodies. We have almost 8,000 contacts, and through them we were in touch with about 50,000 students, and we have been able to interact with them. In fact, very recently, through an Instagram, I spoke to almost 25,000 students on the weekend. We have been approached by the students through these various mechanisms. We were able to find out they had problems regarding accommodation, which we immediately contacted the university authorities. Most of the university authorities have accommodated the students on the campus, but in some cases where there was an issue, we got in touch with the local hotel associations. Many of them are of Indian origin. They have come forward and offered, in fact, free accommodation to many of the students, including some of them who were having problems with getting supplies. Those also have been accommodated. Our consulates and the embassy are in touch with them. Whenever they require any assistance or any supply help, we provide them. Then many of them also had medical issues, which we have through the Indian American doctors, through telephones and telelines. We have been able to provide them medical emergency assistance. Finally, they have also had issues with the visas. We are in touch with the US authorities, and we are trying to facilitate resolution of these issues. I would like to mention here that we have come out with at least 20 detailed advisories which clearly lay out what all the students need to do to resolve many of these problems.
So my second question to you is, how are you reaching out to the larger Indian community in United States, the larger Indian community in terms of people who are green card holders and people who are on H-1B visas? So how are you reaching out to them?
As regards the Indian community, just to put it in perspective, there are 200,000 students, there are 600,000 green card holders, there are 125,000 H-1Bs, and in addition, regularly there are a large number of Indian tourists who are traveling. On March 11, we proactively reached out through our website, through our social media accounts, through the Indian community leaders, and we informed them of the situation, the developing and the evolving situation, and whoever wanted to return, we facilitated their return between 11th to 22nd March. In fact, a number of OCI card holders whose parents were based in India, a number of other emergency cases, including where some deaths took place, we facilitated their return. In addition, we also set up 24/7 helplines. Since March 11, they are continuously functioning. Many of Indian nationals from here and other Indian origin persons residing in the United States have continuously contacted us through these medium, and whatever assistance they have required, we have tried to facilitate that.
So, what message you will give to the Indian community in United States when it comes to the COVID crisis? What will you say to them? Because we know they are concerned about it, and there's a lot of anxiety as well when it comes to the COVID crisis for them.
Through your medium, I would like to request all the Indian nationals that it is very, very important that they follow the medical directives that are being issued by local authorities, by the state authorities, by the US authorities, even in India. And two very essential aspects of those are: one, avoid any travel; second, keep social distance. The other medical advisories are very common and they are also requested to follow them. The number of cases so far have been very limited, and that shows that most of the students are closely following these advisories. So my request again will be that please ensure your well-being, also the well-being of people around you and the others in the community. That is extremely important.
Sir, how are Indian diplomats faring in the country? Because we know the COVID crisis has overwhelmed everyone across the world, and Indian diplomats are under considerable pressure as well, whether it is China, whether it is Iran, whether it is United States or European countries. So how are they keeping safe and reaching out in terms of the community as well, doing their daily jobs as well?
I must compliment all the Indian diplomats who are posted in the embassy and in the consulates. They have come forward and faced this challenge with full responsibility. All our missions have been functioning and they continue to function even in extreme circumstances, and by God's grace, everybody so far is safe, and we will continue to be of assistance to the Indian nationals and others, whoever will seek our assistance.
So you had a video conference with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He had a video conference with all the missions across the world. What were the key points you talked about or the Indian Prime Minister talked about at that video conference? What did he said to you or told you in terms of reaching out to the community and keeping yourself safe?
The leadership in India, particularly the Prime Minister, has taken a very proactive interest in our activities. First and foremost, he held a video conference where he gave us a lot of encouragement and a lot of support, and also inquired about the welfare of all the officers and their families. That itself served as a great encouragement for us. Secondly, he was very clear in instructing us that the welfare of Indian nationals and the welfare of Indian origin people is important. So we have been very proactively in touch with different community members and associations, including students, to regularly check on their welfare, and whenever any problem comes to our notice, we try and resolve and facilitate with the local authorities. Finally, the Prime Minister also mentioned that it's important to follow what progress is taking place, especially in terms of medicine and the diagnostics, and we are keeping close track on that aspect. And we are keeping the ICMR and other important medical authorities in India fully informed.
So my final question to you is, how is New Delhi and Washington cooperating in terms of fighting this challenge, the COVID challenge? We know that India has sent a consignment of hydrochloroquine to Washington, something which the Trump administration has welcomed. We also know the Trump administration has termed hydrochloroquine as a game-changer drug.
On the issue of coronavirus, there has been close cooperation between the two sides. At the leadership level, President Trump called Prime Minister Modi. The External Affairs Minister has been in touch with Secretary of State, and Deputy Secretary of State, who is part of the core team in Washington DC, has been in touch with the Foreign Secretary. At the technical level, there has been close cooperation creating certain vaccines, including the rotavirus. Then they have worked together on developing medicines and also on diagnostic kits. In the area of medicines, there has been close cooperation between the two sides. We have recently supplied hydroxychloroquine to the United States, and in fact, President Trump has publicly appreciated the Indian Act. There is a strong cooperation between India and US, and there is a partnership which is ongoing.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to WION, talking about how India and United States are cooperating when it comes to the COVID crisis, or how you are reaching out to the Indian community, to the Indian diaspora, and making sure that everyone is safe in this period, a period which has seen a lot of crises across the world.